The golden sun rises majestically over the undulating hills of a serene Vietnamese village on Monday, June 16, 2025 at 8 a.m. Its rays piercing through a delicate morning mist to bathe the thatched roofs and sprawling fields in a tender golden glow. Inside a humble home crafted from weathered wood and woven bamboo, TieuNu fidgets nervously with her camera, her fingers trembling as she summons a fragile smile. Her voice, soft yet brimming with emotion, breaks the silence. Hello, my dear friends. I owe you all an apology for the delay in this new video. Dewey's health has been a tumultuous journey lately, and I am deeply touched by your boundless love and unwavering support. With all my heart, I wish you abundant blessings, robust health, and endless happiness. She pauses, her eyes misting over as they settle on a small corner where her son Dewey lies cocooned under a threadbare blanket, his tiny body barely stirring, his breath shallow and labored. Dewey's too frail to step outside today. He's following a rigorous course of medicine prescribed by the doctor, so I've stayed close, nurturing our small garden and watching over the ducklings that dart around the yard. Stepping into the crisp morning air, she approaches the vibrant vegetable patch, the rich aroma of damp earth and fresh leaves enveloping her senses. Her hands, roughened by toil yet gentle with care, move methodically as she waters the rows of kohlrabi, cabbage, broccoli, and a variety of tender greens, each droplet a symbol of her dedication. I hope the cold hasn't gripped your region yet. Please stay warm this winter, your well-being is precious to me, she urges, her tone infused with a mother's tender concern. Nearby, a lively band of fluffy ducklings waddles through the yard, their soft quacks harmonizing with the high-pitched chirps of newly hatched chicks pecking at the soil. Oh, look at these adorable chicks. More hatch with each sunrise, filling my heart with joy, she exclaims, her face alight with wonder. She turns to Dewey, who toddles unsteadily toward a duckling, his laughter a fragile, fleeting melody. Be gentle with them, my sweet Dewey, mom's almost finished, she calls, her voice a soothing lullaby. Dewey nods eagerly, his small hands outstretched, a faint glow returning to his pale cheeks despite the lingering shadow of his recent illness. The tranquil rhythm is shattered by the deep rumbling growl of a dusty truck grinding its way up the narrow, rutted path, its wheels stirring clouds of reddish dust into the air. TieuNu wipes her hands on her faded apron and waves as a team of officials disembarks, led by a tall man with a clipboard gripped firmly, his face set with a determined expression. Good morning. We're here to assess the cattle health in the wake of the Yagi storm's destruction, he declares, adjusting his cap to shield his eyes from the rising sun. TieuNu nods, leading them with quiet resolve to a sturdy cowshed where several cows munch contentedly on fresh hay. They've been resilient since the cooperative entrusted them to us. No issues to report, she assures, her voice steady and clear. The official squints, his gaze fixing on a cow with a swollen belly. This one's carrying a calf. Allow me to present Dr. Zhang. She'll conduct a comprehensive examination. Dr. Zhang, a composed woman with a stethoscope draped elegantly around her neck, steps forward with a serene smile. I'll evaluate each animal and prepare a detailed report for the village council. TieuNu agrees to assist, her curiosity sparking as they begin their thorough inspection, the cow's gentle moos blending with the morning breeze. Halfway through their task, her phone buzzes with urgency, slicing through the ambient sounds. She steps aside, answering with a hopeful grin. Mom? I'm out helping with the cattle. Please come to my place when you arrive. Her mother's voice, rich with warmth and unwavering reassurance, crackles through the line. I'm in a taxi, my darling, no need to worry. I'll reach you safely and head straight inside. TieuNu's brow furrows with a flicker of concern. I'll join you after this. Please go in when you get here, all right? Her mother's laughter, light and comforting, dances through the speaker. Take your time, my precious girl. I'll wait patiently. See you soon. The call ends and TieuNu rejoins Dr. Zhang, who soon announces with a satisfied nod, all the cows are in excellent health, no signs of illness or diminished appetite. The official scratches notes onto his clipboard. The pens scratch a rhythmic counterpoint. Splendid. We've still got 4 more households to inspect. Thank you, TieuNu, we'll be in touch. Dr. Zhang offers a warm wave, her figure receding into the distance as TieuNu lingers by the shed, her thoughts drifting to the day's unfolding events. A soft rustle in the foliage interrupts her reverie. An elderly woman with a radiant, weathered smile approaches, her steps steady and purposeful despite the long journey from the bustling city. Grandma! TieuNu cries out, rushing forward with Due clinging tightly to her skirt. Hello, my beloved treasures. The trip didn't sap my strength one bit. The grandma chuckles, patting Dewey's cheek with a tender, wrinkled hand. Let's step inside for a moment of rest. They settle into the cool, shaded interior, where the grandma rummages through her worn bag, pulling out a vibrant toy car that glints in the dim light. What do you think of this, Due? Dewey's eyes widen with delight, sparkling like stars. Yes, he chirps, eagerly offering her a glass of water with his small hands. The grandma peels a juicy tangerine, slipping a sweet segment into his mouth with a grin. Such a brilliant little man, she praises warmly. TieuNu asks softly, Are you weary from the long ride, Grandma? Not in the least, I've grown accustomed to these journeys, the grandma replies with a playful wink. Has Truong been told of my arrival? TieuNu tilts her head thoughtfully. Not yet, should I give him a call? The grandma waves it off with a gentle hand. I've already spoken to him. He's tied up with work but will join us shortly. The afternoon sun climbs to its zenith, casting intricate, dancing patterns of light and shadow across the yard, as the distinct crunch of gravel underfoot announces a new arrival. Oh, Truong's here, Grandma! TieuNu exclaims, her voice rising with uncontainable delight. Truong strides into the room, his broad, reassuring smile illuminating the space like a beacon of hope. Hello, Mom. Hi, TieuNu, he greets warmly, his eyes sweeping the room with affection. He turns to his mother with a curious tilt of his head, his voice gentle. How long have you been here? She settles into a sturdy wooden chair, her smile serene and welcoming. Just a little while, my son. Due wore himself out playing and drifted off to sleep. Truong leans over to peek at the sleeping boy, a fond grin tugging at his lips as he notes the toy car still clutched tightly in Dewey's small, relaxed hand. He pulls up a stool beside her, his tone casual yet laced with care. How's everything unfolding at work? She leans back, taking a slow sip of water from a handcrafted clay cup. I took the day off today, handed some paperwork to my dedicated colleagues. I tried calling you earlier but you were out on a survey. Truong nods, running a hand through his slightly tousled hair. I couldn't slip away from my duties. Did you enjoy the drive up here? Oh, immensely. She laughs, her eyes twinkling with memories. The driver kept a leisurely pace, and I soaked in the breathtaking scenery. When I arrived, TieuNu was slicing bananas for the ducks with such care, and Due was utterly lost in his new toy. Outside, a curious calf nudges its mother with a playful headbutt, while ducklings splash joyfully in a shallow puddle, their reflections shimmering like liquid gold against the earth. Truong rises with purpose, pouring more water from a pitcher into clay glasses, distributing them with a thoughtful gesture. The air here is so pure and wonderfully still, he observes, inhaling deeply as if to capture the essence of the moment. His mother gazes out at the expansive pasture, her expression softening with nostalgia. It's like a sanctuary. Those tiny calves are already venturing out on their own little adventures. TieuNu joins them, her smile a quiet, radiant addition to the warmth enveloping the room. The grandma nudges Truong with a gentle elbow, her voice firm yet kind. Lend TieuNu a hand with the watering. She's been lugging those heavy buckets all by herself. Truong chuckles, leaning back with a satisfied nod. I hooked up a hose during my last visit. It's made the work so much lighter now. TieuNu nods, her gratitude shining through. It's transformed my routine. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Their conversation flows like a gentle, meandering stream as Truong stretches his legs comfortably. What prompted this sudden visit, Mom? She sighs, her hands folding neatly in her lap, a hint of weariness in her eyes. I managed to secure a break, so I came to check on Dewey's recovery after his recent hospital stay. I've been feeling increasingly isolated down there all alone. If my schedule permits, I'll make these trips more frequent to stay connected. She adds with a touch of pride. My coworkers are genuinely fond of me. They step in to help because I've always been there to support them in their busy times. Truong's chest swells with admiration, his smile widening as he absorbs her words. His gaze lands on the phone resting prominently on the wooden table. Did you get this for TieuNu? He asks, his curiosity piqued with a spark of intrigue. She nods, her eyes gleaming with deep affection. She put up quite a fight, but I convinced her in the end. It's my love for her, the same profound affection I hold for you, my son. Truong turns to TieuNu, his voice encouraging and steady. Go ahead and keep it. Don't let it weigh on your mind with worry. TieuNu blushes, twisting her hands nervously. It feels like too lavish a gift, but your kindness and sincerity swayed me. I'll return it if I find I don't need it. The grandma brushes the concern aside with a dismissive yet loving wave. No need to worry about that. I cherish you deeply like family. We'll guide you through using it with ease, Truong promises, picking up the device with a confident hand and dialing his mother's number with practiced ease. Save this contact for her. It's essential. His mother adds her number too, her voice firm yet overflowing with kindness. A veil of deep disappointment settles over the grandma's weathered features as she slips her phone back into her well-worn bag with a sigh. What a shame. Work's pulling me away once again. Cook and share a hearty meal, you two. I so rarely make it up here to this haven, and now this untimely interruption. Truong glances at the message flashing on her screen, his nod solemn and understanding. It's urgent, Mom. Go take care of it. We'll hold down the fort and manage here. TieuNu adds with a gentle, hopeful smile. Please come back to visit us soon, we'll be waiting. The grandma's smile returns, softening her face with a glimmer of promise. Next time, bring Dewey and Truong down to my home for a change of scenery and a family gathering. She bends low over Dewey, her whisper a soft, loving caress against his ear. Sleep well, my darling treasure. I'm off now to face my duties. Her eyes linger on them, a knowing glint dancing in her gaze like a shared secret. Strive for some happy news to share with me, won't you, my dears? Truong and TieuNu call out together in unison. Drive safely, Grandma. Take good care. She chuckles, her laughter a warm, resonant echo in the room. This driver's a veteran. I've relied on him for years without a single mishap. Take care on your journey, Mom, Truong calls after her, his voice fading into a soft echo as her taxi disappears down the winding tree-lined path, the time now reading 3:58 p.m. plus 07. Inside the vehicle, the grandma's mind drifts to TieuNu, her thoughts a gentle, flowing tide of emotion. Such a courageous and resilient spirit, raising Due all by herself through every trial. She muses silently, her heart swelling. I once hoped Truong would find a picture-perfect match to complete his life, but TieuNu, shy yet wise with that endearing spirited son, has captured my soul completely. Perhaps this is a heavenly blessing bestowed upon our humble family. As the taxi glides smoothly through the verdant countryside, the scenery blurring into a rich tapestry of green fields and distant hills, she murmurs a heartfelt, silent prayer, her lips moving faintly. TieuNu, be like a pineapple, tough and unyielding on the outside, yet sweet and nurturing within. Rise strong, overcome every hardship that crosses your path, and may God's boundless grace envelop you in a protective embrace. With Truong by your side, I pray your solitude lifts like morning mist. My deepest, most cherished wish is for your love to blossom into something beautiful and enduring. Her gaze softens, her imagination painting a vivid future alive with the laughter of children, the harmony of a united family, and the peace of a home built on love. Back at the house, TieuNu adjusts Dewey's blanket with tender, meticulous care, a radiant warmth spreading through her chest like sunlight breaking through clouds. Having others to lean on makes every chore feel lighter, like I'm truly cherished, valued, and never alone, she reflects, her voice a soft whisper in the quiet, sunlit room. Her thoughts drift to Truong, his image clear and comforting in her mind's eye. Could he become Dewey's father, a steady presence in our lives? Dewey lights up like a star around him, and my heart, it's already surrendered to him completely. A shadow of doubt creeps in, a quiet question lingering. Does Grandma truly approve of us as a pair? A union blessed by her wisdom? If she does, that would be a dream come true, a wish fulfilled.
My table asking if I needed anything. To my surprise, I said yes, if you know anyone here who is a recent widow or widower, I would appreciate talking to her or him. Again, to my surprise, she told me about Phyllis, a spouse health director who had lost her husband several months before. I invited Phyllis to have lunch with me the next day, and we quickly established some common ground. We were about 10 years apart in age, but she had also been with her husband for about 50 years. She talked of how they met and what their life had been like. And I could tell by her stories and the warmth of her tone of voice that she, too, had a happy marriage. Then it was my turn, and all I could do was cry as I told the story of my own husband's battle with cancer and chronic pain. As unquote, I'm used to asking people what they have learned from their experiences, so it was natural for me to ask her for advice on what happened her deal with the crushing grief. Obviously, she has been doing something right to be so full of